10 foods that will kill your dog. We are connected to our dogs and occasionally feel like sharing our dinner with them rather than feeding them dog food. However, it is important to note that just because you love a certain snack does not guarantee your dog would. A variety of trendy human foods can be harmful to dogs. Giving human food to a dog is kind of a fun thing to do at first, but the meal might poison or even kill your dog. To know the 10 foods that will kill your dog, keep watching. But before that, make sure to smash the like and subscribe button. Let's dig into the video. Number 10. Raw fish, eggs, and meat. There is a lot of debate on this topic since many veterinarians believe that moving to raw meat diets is beneficial to a dog's health. Some people believe that feeding dogs raw meat, fish, and eggs helps their coats and skin, eases metabolism, and cleans their teeth. On the other hand, other veterinarians advise boiling the feed to kill any germs or dangerous parasites that might make the dog sick. Even the FDA advises against giving raw foods to dogs due to the increased risk of E. coli and Salmonella illness. Dogs with impaired immune systems are more vulnerable to these diseases, and because it is difficult to know if a dog has a good immune system, minimize feeding them raw food. Some enzymes in uncooked eggs might cause skin issues. Raw fish, on the other side, can contain dangerous parasites. Raw food poses a significant danger to your dog compared to the advantages, which is why it is not suggested. Number 9. Garlic and onions. Garlic and onions are common ingredients in your favorite recipes, including those you eat with your dog. However, it would help if you thought twice about letting your pet slurp up the rest of the garlic and onion-based stock from the fresh chicken soup. Any part of the allium plant, onions, garlic, leeks, and chives are the most commonly reported to be toxic. Contains N-propyl disulfide. This chemical degrades hemoglobin, the oxygen-carrying molecule present in red blood cells. This type of injury can lead red cells to rupture and be removed from circulation more quickly than usual. Hemolysis causes anemia and crimson or dark urine. In extreme circumstances, anemia can cause internal organ failure, organ damage, or even death. Small dosages won't cause much risk, but feeding your dog high doses can poison it. The dog can exhibit signs such as vomiting, lethargy, shortness of breath, and a lack of interest in eating. Simply preserve the onions and garlic to yourself and out of reach of your dog. If your pet consumes garlic or onions, it can have gastrointestinal irritation. Number 8. Avocados. Avocados are currently one of the most popular health foods on the market. They're marketed as a healthy and tasty snack for people. But can our four-legged pals enjoy them? Yes and no both. Avocados contain persin, a fungicidal chemical that can cause significant health issues in many species, if not death. Veterinarians say dogs are more immune to persin than other species, but it doesn't mean avocados are entirely safe for your dog to eat. Because persin is present in fruits, seeds, leaves, and the plant itself, all of these things are highly hazardous to your dog. The majority of the persin is located in the leaves and the fruit skin and pit. It is also found in tiny amounts in avocado flesh. The exact quantity of persin that is fatal is unknown. When used in excessive quantities, it can cause vomiting, diarrhea, and cardiac damage. Avocado flesh's high fat content can induce gastrointestinal discomfort and pancreatitis in dogs because it's heavy in calories. Another issue to be concerned about is the seed in the center of the fruit, which could lead to choking. Number 7. Salted foods. It's no secret that salt is included in practically everything we consume, and it's well accepted that some sodium is essential in our dog's diet. However, the terms salt and sodium refer to different things. Salt is sodium chloride, a natural crystal-like molecule, while sodium is a dietary compound present in salt. Salt and sodium are two electrolytes that our tail waggers must consume regularly. When dogs consume sodium, it is converted into ions within their bodies. Ions aid in regulating fluid balance, blood pressure, blood volume, and nerve and digestive impulse changes. Hyponatremia can arise when dogs do not get enough salt or sodium. This occurs when dogs become sluggish due to fluid loss from vomiting or diarrhea. Because of their impaired capacity to manage electrolytes and fluids, certain dogs with Addison's disease can be more susceptible to salt intoxication. When a dog's muscles lose excess fluid, it produces stiffness, making walking difficult. When a dog's brain loses excess fluid, it lacks balance and can have tremors or epilepsy. All of these adverse effects are concerning. It can seem frightening, but it generally occurs after consuming an excessive amount of salty meals or goods. Number 6. Chocolate. Chocolate is famously bad for dogs. Chocolate is a tasty treat for us, but far from ideal for dogs. Chocolate poisoning is a prevalent condition in dogs, and it is frequently caused by accidental intake. While chocolate is harmful to dogs, the level of toxicity varies depending on the type of chocolate consumed, the amount consumed, and the dog's size. Let's look more closely at what occurs when a dog consumes chocolate and what one should do about it. Chocolate is poisonous to dogs due to theobromine and, to a slightly lesser degree, caffeine. Humans quickly metabolize theobromine, but not dogs. Because dogs absorb theobromine and caffeine gradually, these poisonous substances can pile up in their bodies and create clinical symptoms typical of chocolate poisoning. However, when it comes to intoxication, not all chocolate is built the same way. What happens when a dog consumes chocolate varies depending on what type of chocolate is swallowed. For example, baker's chocolate or cocoa is the most poisonous, followed by dark chocolate, milk chocolate, and white chocolate. Number 5. Nuts. We enjoy eating nuts as a snack. What's not to love? Nuts are high in protein and healthy fats, and they form an essential element of our diets. But it's not the case with dogs. Most nuts are bad for dogs, and some are even lethal. Although not all nuts are hazardous to dogs, nearly all nuts are heavy in fat. Feeding salted nuts to your dog can cause water retention and other issues, and some nuts, such as almonds, are possibly choking dangers. Moreover, like macadamia nuts, certain nuts are incredibly harmful to dogs. Peanuts, which technically belong to the legume family, are healthy for dogs in very little amounts if they are unsalted and flavorless. Cashews are also acceptable in modest amounts, although both cashews and peanuts are too heavy in fat to be used in frequent snacks. It suggests that while your dog will probably be alright if it picks up a few peanuts or cashew nuts off the floor, feeding your dog nuts on a daily basis is not a smart idea. If your dog consumes a considerable amount of nuts, contact your veterinarian immediately, because this might result in pancreatic problems. Number 4. Bacon. Giving your dog small quantities of cooked bacon on a regular basis should be safe, but there are many alternatives that might be better. Just because something isn't immediately hazardous to a dog doesn't mean they should have it. Treating your dog to bacon-flavored dog treats or dog goods produced with actual bacon is a safe method to feed them bacon. This way, you can be sure that you are providing a meal with safe bacon levels that have been carefully prepared for dogs. Bacon has a lot of fat, and overeating of it can cause stomach irritation and more severe health problems like pancreatitis. Bacon's high salt concentration can lead your dog to drink a lot of water in a short period of time, causing bloat. Raw bacon can potentially expose your dog to parasites and trichinosis. If you give your dog bacon and develop symptoms such as vomiting, diarrhea, appetite loss, lethargy, indications of discomfort, or muscular stiffness, you should always call your veterinarian. Number 3. Raisins and grapes. If you're wondering if canines can eat raisins or grapes, which are popular snacks for both adults and children, they can't. Many fruits and vegetables are good for dogs to consume, but grapes and raisins are toxic even in small amounts. While physicians aren't sure why the fruit is so deadly to our canine companions, they know how severe the poisoning is. Some dogs survive the incident by getting into a batch of grapes or raisins. Others suffer from renal failure. Any raisin or grape is a concern, whether seedless skinned from the grocery store or the winery. It's always better to be safe than sorry. Number 2. Candy. Humans can have no problems with sweets beside the sugar content. But for dogs, xylitol, an ingredient of sweets, can produce an insulin spike, resulting in a severe drop in blood sugar and perhaps liver failure. Epilepsy, vomiting, drowsiness, loss of balance, and mortality are signs of xylitol poisoning. You must examine the components of your dog's food before feeding it. Aside from these frequent munchies, there are a variety of additional meals and items that should not be given to your dog. Among them are raw potato, apple cores, uncooked yeast dough, cooked bones, liquor, seeds, and fruit pits. These foods might harm and even kill your dog. Number 1. Caffeine. Caffeine, like cocoa, is potent, and dogs are obviously more sensitive than humans. A little tea or coffee won't be harmful, but there can be complications if the dog eats a coffee bean or even a tea bag. Caffeine intoxication is treated similarly to chocolate poisoning since the indications and symptoms are nearly identical. Did you know about these foods? Have you ever accidentally given your dog some? Tell us in the comments below. And if you haven't already, make sure you hit the like, share, and subscribe button. Thanks for watching.